The Flaming Silent Sermon. A member of a certain church who previously had been attending services regularly stopped going. After a few weeks, the pastor decided to visit him. It was a chilly evening. The pastor found the man at home alone, sitting before a blazing fire. Guessing the reason for his pastor's visit, the man welcomed him in, led him to a comfortable chair near the fireplace, and waited. The pastor made himself at home but said nothing. In the grave silence, he contemplated the dance of the flames around the burning logs. After some minutes, the pastor took the fire tongs carefully and picked up a brightly burning ember and placed it to one side of the hearth all alone. Then he sat back in his chair and still silent. The host watched all this in quiet contemplation. As the one lone ember's flame flickered and diminished, there was a momentary glow, and then its fire was no more. Soon it was cold and dead. Not a word had been spoken since the initial greeting. The pastor glanced at his watch and realized it was time to leave. He slowly stood up, picked up the cold, dead ember, and placed it back in the middle of the fire. Immediately it began to glow once more with the light and warmth of the burning coals around it. As the pastor reached the door to leave, his host said with a tear running down his cheek, "Thank you so much for your visit, and especially for the fiery sermon. I shall be back in church next Sunday." We live in a world today which tries to say too much with too little. Consequently, few listen. Sometimes the best sermons are the ones left unspoken. Church is like that. The more you go, the more you question and think and learn. The Bible is like that. The more you read and study and meditate, the more you will think and ask questions and seek answers. Salvation is like that. The more you study the issue, the more you realize that you are lied to about salvation. It's not baptism, good works, communion, confession, the rosary, or any other good deeds that take you to heaven. Are you truly going to heaven? Well, I hope so, or I think so, or just know it. Okay? How do you know it? Well, I just know it. Do you just know you have a driver's license? Do you just know you have a social security number? Do you just know that you are going to school or work? Or did you have a plan? Work, study, and inquire to find out how to do those things. If you don't have a plan to prepare to go to heaven, then you are planning by not planning. You are preparing yourself to go to hell. For Christ rejectors. Hell is for Christ rejectors. All you have to do to go to is nothing to go to hell. If I want an apple and I say, I will have an apple, and I go to the store and look at the apples, I won't have one. I must pick up the apple and carry it to the counter and pay for it and take it home to have it. Planning, preparation, putting into action the plans, carrying out the plans. Have you read the Bible? Have you seriously asked the preacher about going to heaven for sure? Or the deacon or teacher or any other Christian? If they don't have the answers, then go to an independent Baptist church that has the King James Bible and ask them, and they will gladly tell you. They will tell you of the time that they found out for sure they were going to heaven. Is it a time you've done that?